I don't know. I'll find something to say.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out along the way.
Go along, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, this has never been a stable enterprise.
Enterprise is barely even a business. Soon though. Soon. Everybody
soon.
watching. Dude, we got 92 views on the 90-second podcast. So it's like blowing up. Our grassroots podcast is growing.
growing.
Showing
This is going to be the our platform from which we start running for office. You know, we're going to be the next AOC.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll be like, we were just humble podcasters, and now we're running for office.
Yes.
And they're like,
and
so
now we're the president of the.
Exactly. They're like, which one of you is running for office? It's like us. The podcast
Broke
is
till
running.
Friday.
Broke till Friday as an entity is running for Congress.
Yes.
And then we become conjoint presidents, and they're
Exactly.
like, how is it possible to have two presidents at the same time? It's like, well, you see, our enterprise broke till Friday. Started as a small grassroots podcast, didn't get any traction for the first 2 years, and then we started telling people when we played League of Legends or when we played Smite, we started linking it there. That's when it really blew up.
It's all those Smite players. Just
Exactly. They got a bunch of time to listen to stuff in the background, so you don't listen to this while we play.
Yeah.
And let me know what do you think of it, and then just keep going. And yeah, it's been going.
It's been going good.
It's been going good.
It's been going. Yeah. I mean, we made president, so you know it's good for something.
Exactly. Unbeknownst to everyone else, Joe Biden was not actually elected.
True,
we were elected. This is our official presidential, first official presidential speech.
Yes. You know, we're coming out of the
shadows.
shadows.
We're coming out of the shadows. We're gonna rise up with the gamers.
Yes,
rise
gamers
up.
rise up. Gamers rise.
So that everyone can realize that, injustices will no longer be tolerated, and we will.
Death to all infidels.
Exactly. We've got our ISIS studio set up
yeah,
here.
Perfect.
We didn't say which country we're president of Kazakhstan or something. Like, oops. I don't know if you have to be born there, but.
I mean, I'm pretty sure their military is like 2 sticks and a stone, so I'm pretty sure like.
I show up with one handgun and I'm like, I am now president. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, fine.
Sorry, I just think I'm too stupid to understand this.
Speaking about down with capitalism, we're already a minute in. It's that's it, people.
Minute into it, and it's
You're
death to capitalism.
Exactly. You're gonna hear what I have to say. So
you're stuck here for an hour. Little do you know, like we have some anomalous object just like strapping you to your chair.
Exactly.
You know, you're forced to listen to us.
Once you begin watching this, you are not allowed. It is illegal to stop the podcast.
Yes. Once you discover this, you cannot pause it.
Exactly. You are now past the point of no return. Okay. You can't edge any longer. You're gonna come and watch this podcast.
You know, when you said edge, I should have known that's where you're going with, but that completely blindsided me.
30 viewers just ejaculating to their pants. 30 viewers. I think I'm still overestimating.
This little do we know, this podcast is my sneaky way of spreading the sex dungeons to other
the Edward Hive Mind.
The Edward
Hive Mind is continuing to grow at a steady pace.
Every time you come, just your room becomes just a little bit more of a sex dungeon. Yeah, white. A little bit more. You become part of the Hive Mind slowly but surely.
If I could turn around this camera, if these walls could speak, they would scream.
It's time to stop.
Probably not. They'd probably be sealed shut.
Oh my god, yeah. The amount of liquid in this room would keep the walls sealed
moist.
Sealed shut. This place
I'd survive a nuclear blast.
Honestly, from everything. The room itself falls to the floor after the nuclear blast takes out everything. Yeah. And you're still playing Smite because your internet connection was somehow still saved. And you're
exactly.
Like, what's going on?
Huh? Where'd the roof go?
Honestly.
Why am I on the floor?
I wake up some days asking myself the same thing.
Moment of silence. No.
Moment of silence from a floor. So, Anti-Work Subreddit. Okay.
Speaking about coming.
Exactly. Speaking about coming. There's this subreddit called the Anti-Work Subreddit, right?
Mm-hmm,
Anti-Work. Mm-hmm. And it's not that they're like, oh, no one should ever have to work. Everything is somehow going to be free, right? That's not the point. The point of it is so that workers can rise up and like get paid for what they're working for.
Yeah,
exactly.
Get paid for their labor.
Paid for a fair wage for their labor.
Fair wage for their labor.
Because as we all know, as we've said multiple times in this podcast, wages are stagnating. CEO wages are blowing up. Company profits were at an all-time high in 2021.
During the pandemic, when people were going bankrupt like nothing.
Yes.
Like, come on.
People are being paid shit. They're being laid off. Companies are going, due to supply chain issues, we're going to have to raise the prices. Everyone went, okay. And supply chain issues are going down, and they're like, fuck you. The prices are still going to be up there.
Fuck it.
We made record-breaking profits. Why would we stop?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. You fell for it again.
Yeah. You've been falling for the same shtick since like fucking 1964.
1776.
1776.
I don't know about that. No. Because let's say the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, right? The 1800s.
1800s.
So yeah, ever since man could make a factory and own a bunch of land.
I was gonna say, to be fair, the modern day capitalist economy is just a continuation of like the old mercantile feudalism. Yeah, it's just nobility with names changed. They're just not allowed to be overtly like you're ours now.
Exactly. Now it's like you're mine now because your wages say so.
Yeah.
It's wage slavery.
Yeah.
Because wage slavery is basically like, okay, they say America's land of the free, right?
Yeah.
You have two options: you work or you starve. That's it. That's not really
freedom.
Yeah, it's not exactly freedom because you're not like, oh, I'm gonna get some supplemental income from the government and I'm gonna pursue some passion projects, or I'm gonna have the opportunity to go to college at a very low rate or basically free, so that I can then pursue higher education or things like that. It costs so much to get a PhD. It costs so much to do just like anything.
And to get a medical degree.
Yeah,
it costs so much. Like how do you call it? We've talked about it before. We're facing like a medical shortage of like medical professionals, and
they still don't want to pay them.
They still don't want to pay them. They don't want to cheapen anything to get more in there, and they don't want to pay them, anymore to do more work.
Yeah.
So it's like, no one wants to become people want to become doctors, but like
it's hard.
It's too much of an incline. Whether people want to or not, they're not able to, which is the big difference there. It's capitalism is just not a good way to distribute resources. It's just not.
Yeah, but so
it's better than what we've had before, but it's not good.
Yeah, socialized capitalism would be better. Like if the government was a little more up with the safety nets and stuff. But 30% of the population is not going to agree with that. So
yeah, I was going to say, we're fucked. No, but like even worse than that, like social, like the thing that I've kind of come around on about socialized capitalism is that like those entities that seek to do what they do now in non-socialized capitalism would find ways to do them under socialized capitalism. So wage slavery would not go away under socialized capitalism. It'd be better, but eventually, given like 2-3 decades, the same people that
standards would just go.
The standards would drop. Like right now, NHS, like what we think about, like the Scandinavian model, all their social safety nets are kind of being gutted by the same people that are like doing the shit here in America. It's like
they're like, people have had it too good here for too long.
Yeah,
so
basically,
like, fuck you. I've had mine. Now you can't have yours. For future generations.
Exactly.
They're pulling the rug out pulling the ladder up from underneath them.
I don't know. I think even over the course of these last this last year that we've been doing this podcast, I've like when we first started talking about this sort of stuff, right? Like fuck capitalism. I was staunchly like, oh yeah, capitalism works. It's like the rabid dog that you need socialism to chain. And now I'm going more and more left. Like
eventually you're gonna come in with a hat and you're gonna be like, I read Lenin's new book today and it's amazing. And then I'm gonna be like, when did Lenin write a new book? That's basically what's gonna happen.
Honestly,
you already had your little comrade Tim. You had your little tiny Tim comrade.
Hold on.
It's around here somewhere. Oh my God! No, you've exposed the nakedness behind. Right. The nakedness of the Oval Office. Remember, we're live from the Oval Office.
Yeah, we're live from the Oval Office. That bed back there, that's where we work from.
Exactly. Work from home, work from Oval Office.
Exactly.
So the Anti-Work Subreddit.
Anti-Work Subreddit. Point is.
It's not just about like, I don't want to work at all. Like no one should have to work.
Yeah.
It's about people should be paid fairly. People should be paid well. There should be social safety nets available for people if they can't work. Because there's a lot of times where people are like disabled and stuff, like straight up like either mentally or physically disabled, and it takes them months to get anything. Because like the government will be like, do you have a doctor's note? And the guy shows up with like one arm and like one leg, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's like got a colostomy bag. He's like, excuse me, is a picture is a selfie not enough?
Right?
Like, let me take a selfie with the one good hand I have, and they're like, okay, here you go, selfie time. And they're like, okay, that's not good enough. I'm like, what? So I have to prove to you I only have one hand?
You have to prove to you I only have.
Do you have documented
you roll up in
proof?
there like the belated Stephen Hawking, like in a wheelchair, just and they're like, are you sure you're injured? It's
I need to get my socialized medicine. I don't know. I could see you blinking a couple of times, so I don't really trust
I'm pretty sure you
that.
can stock shelves like if you're blinking.
Exactly. Pull yourself up from your bootstraps.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's just really hard it shouldn't be so hard to get benefits when someone is disabled, but they make it, so many hoops to jump through, so many tests and things like that. But of course, it goes by case basis, because there's always going to be people taking advantage of the system. But I'd rather, if 100 people are taking advantage of the system and one person is actually getting what they need because they need it, I'm fine with that.
It's the same premise behind democracy, honestly. Yeah. It's like yes, people under a democratic system are going to abuse it eventually. Mm-hmm. It's still better than having like a fucking king.
Dictator. Yeah, exactly.
It's better than having a dictator.
Indefinite power is not good. And indefinite power in these terms is like indefinite power of the rich people against the working class.
Class structure.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is class warfare, people.
Literally.
So the anti-work subreddit is all about, like, anytime the posts that kind of blow up there are posts where they're like, I had it with my boss, he's being a piece of shit. And like the boss will be like, you got to come in today. It's like, it's my day off. I can't, I've got plans. Like, no, you have to come in today. Okay. Don't reply back to me unless you're gonna come in. And he's like, fuck you, I quit. And the boss will be like, wait, don't quit. Don't be so rash. Hold on a minute. Yeah. It's like, no, fuck you. Like, you don't have to like stay with him if you don't want to. And there was actually a case like a week ago, within this past week, of a company. It was like a hospital. A bunch of workers there quit and they went to a different hospital because they were going to get a raise. Yeah. So the hospital sued them and stopped them from starting their new jobs.
Why?
From quitting, basically. Because the hospital's a piece of shit.
No, but how? Like, what precedent are they suing?
I don't know. But one judge granted them the injunction so that they couldn't start their new jobs, and so they couldn't officially resign.
That's so dumb.
I know. It's the dumbest shit ever. And then within that same week, the injunction was released, so they were able to start their new jobs. Because basically what happened was the workers were like, we found a better offer. They went back to the hospital and went, hey, hospital, we have a better offer. Can you match this offer so we can stay here? We already know the system. We're doing stuff here. Mm-hmm. Hospital was like, no, you can't. What are you going to do about it? So then they quit. And then they fucking sued them and got an injunction. It's like,
fuck that hospital.
What? Exactly. I don't remember. It was like in the Midwest. But it's so fucked up.
Of course. Where else would it be? It's
like that shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure worse stuff has happened in California the as unfortunate as it is, illegal immigrants that get like trapped for pennies a day and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I actually saw an argument about that where it's like, whenever you see people going, we crack down on illegal immigration, they never crack down on the companies that are taking advantage of it. Why not like fine the company for all the lost wages of those workers,
Remember, if you were in favor of like anti-immigration policies, the first thing you should do is to try to force companies to pay fair wages, whether people are citizens or not. Because in that case, there's no benefit to having illegal immigrants here. Because the reason they have illegal immigrants here is because they get to pay them like 2 cents for every hour that they work.
Exactly.
And if you don't want immigrants in here, you just make sure that they have to pay those illegal immigrants the fair wages, and companies will naturally would not want to do that because there's more risk involved with that sort of thing.
Yeah, because it's like if in your head you're like, minimum wage is fucking, let's just ballpark, just a flat number so we can have some fun. $10, right? And they're like, but these illegal immigrants come in, I can pay them $3 an hour. It's like, I'm just gonna pocket those $7 that I would have had to spend while still getting the same amount, if not more, because like, how hardworking, I don't want to stereotype, but how hardworking Mexicans that come over here are.
Let's just say if you cross an entire ocean or an entire border to come into a different country,
and you risk your life,
you risk your life, you risk imprisonment, you risk your family, and you're working for basically literal like dirt wages, like worse than what like natural citizens here would get. Let's just say you're probably going to put in some effort into whatever job you have, just a little bit. Just a smidge,
It's tough. All right, let me pause 1 second. And we're back. So yeah, with the anti-work subreddit, they really want people to like have an awareness basically and understand. It's more of like an awareness subreddit rather than like, fuck you, give me money and I don't have to do anything. You know? I know the name is, people take the name very literally, of course. It's like anti-work. It's like they don't want to work at all. These lazy kids, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, if you look into the subreddit, you're reading like the information that's posted on there. It's not like we gotta kill all the rich people and then just use their money forever. It's like we have to tax billionaires. We have like all the same kind of left wing stuff that people usually say, where they're like, tax rich people, make them pay their fair share, stop them from hiding money overseas, like give us the value that you're adding into the economy instead of just pocketing it. And so what happened was on the subreddit, they were like, the moderators on the subreddit basically said, we're not going to give out any interviews or anything like that because we don't want to like appease the conservatives and or like give them anything to like laugh at us and stuff like that, right? And then one moderator
fucking dumbass
goes on Fox News and she's like, hi everybody, I'm so and so. And then the Fox News guy, because of course he's an interviewer for Fox News, so he's gonna just fuck around and just like,
and they're just a moderator,
and he's gonna mock them and he's gonna try to make fun of them. The moderator is not a debating person. It's very apparent in the interview. They're like, they weren't really ready for the questions. They didn't really have anything planned. They're like, so what do you? The Fox guy goes, what do you think is something good? A good work week. And then she goes, 25 hours. And he's like, oh, 25 hours. What do you do? Oh, I'm a dog walker. Oh, how old are you? I'm 30. And then the Fox News guy starts like laughing in her face. He's like, oh, really? Really? You're a dog walker? And it's like, in my head, obviously, it's very unprofessional because like, why are you laughing at your guest? But at the same time, it's Fox News, so of course they're
Fox News.
So they're going to ridicule them.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to ridicule them because they want to get that caricature and be like, look, this is what anti-work stands for. These fucking losers. Is like, no. And everyone on the anti-work subreddit was mad, and they were getting banned because there's the moderator is obviously a moderator on subreddit. They're going like, dude, that was so embarrassing. Banned. That was so embarrassing. Banned for transphobia and stuff like that. Like, all I said was it was embarrassing. Like, and then you weren't prepared.
That was
How is that transphobic? And it was just the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, they should have just not gone to do that interview. It's
because all the other moderators were in solidarity going, we're not going to say anything to the news outlets because they're just going to get the clips they want.
Yeah.
And they got what they wanted.
Yeah, they did. That's like, it's literally just a function to discredit the entire movement.
Exactly. And they're like, oh, the Anti-Work subreddit has over 1.6 million subscribers. And so all these people are just lazy, entitled people. And look, we now have a caricature of the lazy, entitled person.
Yeah.
You want to be a dog walker at 30? Go to the Anti-Work subreddit.
It's a lot easier to paint an entire group of people as a certain way if you have like an example of that.
Yeah.
Because there's no way they would be able to like paint the 1.6 million people, like people like without a reference point, like a caricature or something, like, or like an example from that community. They're not going to how do you call it? It's not easy for people to just like invent like a caricature like that. It has to like, they have to like show someone.
Yeah. I mean, technically you could invent someone with like the straw man argument, right? Where that's like what, Ben Shapiro, he goes, hypothetically, think of this way. If I'm a person, and it's like, oh, so if you're a made-up person in a specific scenario, how would you react? Well, of course you're going to react this and this, whatever.
Yeah, that's like the same thing, like, oh, like when you're writing something, you can have the people do whatever they want, whether it makes sense or not.
Exactly. It doesn't have to make sense because I'm writing the story.
No,
so
but like when Ben Shapiro does it, the straw man, but it's they play off of preconceived biases and notions that you already have.
Like, this person is going to be the perfect example of what you're going to hate.
Yeah.
So listen to me.
But I'm saying it's like anti-work. Like, no one really knows what anti-work is. There's no real preconceived notions for like the subreddit of anti-work. This person just went up and gave them the first impression of this, feeding from now on the next billion Ben Shapiros. They're gonna use this person as that sort of dog whistle.
And stuff, yeah. And I mean, honestly, it was a terrible interview because, like I said, they didn't know what they were doing. They weren't prepared. Like, if someone was like articulate and like knew what they were doing and knew how to play around the stuff, because people were even saying, you shouldn't have been like, oh, why are you asking me about what I do? I'm actually here supporting like the ideology and like this and this, Yeah. Because the guy was going, what do you do? Oh, you do that? Really? And how long do you want to do that for? How old are you? Like, those shouldn't.
Yeah, they're attacks on their character rather than dealing with the ideas that they were talking about.
Yes,
it's very easy to fall into those traps when you're not
experienced.
Not even when you're not experienced. It's because like, look, here's my assumption. My assumption is that the general population, like this person, was assuming that by going on Fox News, it was a good faith thing.
Yes,
Because they
wrong.
don't know much. They're not like necessarily so in tuned into that. Or they assume that like even if the organization is bad, the people involved in the organization,
individuals might be
are
sympathetic or anything,
yeah.
normal human beings.
normal human beings. But no. As a part of their presentation, they're not going to be decent human beings. Of
course not.
By like
definition.
yeah. The fact that they're the face of Fox News means that they're not going to be a good faith with you. So you have to already be skilled and experienced in that.
You have
sort
to
of
be
debate.
on the defensive.
Yeah, from the second
the
you get
beginning,
there.
yeah, from the beginning.
You can't give them time because they're just gonna get sound bites. They're just gonna throw it.
And
I'm not saying I'd be good at that. Like that's
No,
why
no.
I don't go on there. That's why I'm in this, in this sex dungeon.
That's
doing
why we're in the
podcast.
Oval Office. Okay,
Yeah.
we've got important work to do here, not for sound bites.
Exactly, not for sound bites.
But it's like the interviewer was pretty unprofessional. Like I said, they were laughing at them.
Yeah.
They were also like interrupting them. So like, because I know the person kind of rambled because, like I said, not prepared. So they'd be going like, "Oh yeah, dog walk, and this is what I do," and then he'd be like, "Okay, wait, you dog walk? That's what you like?" Interrupting them constantly, talking over them, and it's like that's not an interview. An interview goes something, and then you pause and you're like, "That's a good question. This and this and this." And then another pause.
I can't get over the fact they were laughing at the fact that they were a dog walker when the interviewer is literally just an interviewer. All they do is show their fucking face.
What
like
do you
we do
do?
similar shit here.
Yeah.
Like you're no better than like a crusty fucking 13-year-old in their basement. Fucking, all you have is
Exactly.
like extra like Fox News money helping you like puff up your image. and
All
that's
you
it.
have to be is an attractive white male
Yeah.
conservative. That's all you got.
That's all you gotta be. That's
Go.
all you gotta be. Go run the town.
Exactly.
Like, dude, you're so fucking useless to society.
Honestly,
Like that dog walker provides more utility to everyone than you do. You provide negative.
he's providing a service, and you're providing a disservice.
Exactly. You're negating any utility that the dog walker would be able to provide. Like your entire existence negates like 30 dog walkers.
Honestly, yeah, because or let's say a couple million, because how many people watch that?
Yeah.
Because now, not only do they have that soundbite, but now it's on the internet, and now it's like everyone, people are like laughing, like, "Ha, this is what you want to represent." But it's like the moderators were like, "No, we didn't want to."
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
one person was like, "Well, I'm a moderator," and it's funny too because they can go, "Oh, this person moderates the community, therefore they're above the users," even though all the collective users and like the most popular posts right now are going like, "This is not a representation of us.
Yeah.
This is stupid," but. No one's gonna listen to that.
Yeah.
It's like a retraction, right? You can put something crazy out on the newspaper one day, front page news, and everyone's going, "Oh my god!" And then the next day, you can put a retraction on like page 7.
Yeah. I was
doesn't
gonna say
fucking-
like
no-
in the
everyone's
middle
like,
of the thing. No one knows.
"That's
That's like how the tabloids, but not just tabloids. There was like some incident a while back where like some news organization was like, "Oh yeah, it's okay to stare at the solar eclipse," and then they had to print an emergency retraction, but like no
Yes.
one saw the
It
retraction.
was too late. No
Yeah.
one saw it because they went blind from looking at the solar eclipse. Yeah, but it's the tabloids at least.
Mm-hmm.
Those are technically classified as like entertainment. So they've argued that no reasonable person would believe it. So it's
So dumb.
it's the dumbest shit ever. I know.
I hate the reasonable person argument because a lot of times, at least in court, the standard isn't necessarily a reasonable person.
You're overestimating
Yeah.
all of America.
Yeah. It's like saying no reasonable person would drive through a lower income area where they're more likely to get robbed, and it's like, what about the people that live there?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Are they
reasonable
not
based
reasonable?
on the circumstances.
Exactly.
It's like
reasonability based on circumstanceability.
it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like I don't know. That's the reasonable person standard in the way I currently understand it from our court system. I don't think it's a good standard. Not gonna lie. I don't think that's a good standard to which govern or like dictate laws. It's got to be revamped. It was good for a while, but it's got to be like adjusted now.
We'll sign an executive order.
Yeah,
don't
we'll
worry.
sign an executive order.
After this podcast, we'll sign an executive order here
Yeah.
in the Oval Office.
We'll change the entire legal system overnight.
Exactly.
It's just what we got to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The swipe of a pen will erase your student debt. Don't worry, guys.
True, that too.
Watch
That too.
the end of the podcast for the secret code word. Mail in that secret code word with $100,
Yeah.
and we will cancel your student debt. Not hashtag not a scam.
Hashtag.
2 people actually send this stuff.
Oh,
Send
no.
it to Send $100 in crypto to broketillfridaypodcast@gmail.com. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Here's our Bitcoin wallet.
Honestly, start linking everything. Links in the description, everybody.
Yeah, everybody in the
Thank you very much. But yeah, like
anyways,
back to the caricatures they're making. Yeah. So now they're like, we can easily now ridicule the whole movement because one person was like, "Hey, I'm not going to listen to you guys," you know?
Yeah.
Because of course, like we said, if it's Fox News, they're going to want to get that stereotype of a person. Like, that's why certain news people, they frame like, a black guy saved a white girl, right? And it's like the black guy, or no, a white girl attacked a black guy, right? Like domestic violence, right? And then the white guy is showing like a mugshot of his from when he possessed marijuana, right? Like the dumbest of
the dumbest shit. They're gonna use my mugshot.
Honestly, the dumbest of charges, right? The lowest, like, shouldn't even be a real charge. And hers is like she's smiling on spring break, and like every time there's like a black guy does something well, and they're like, a previous felon actually helped save these 3 kittens. It's like, previous felon, say his fucking name. Like, you know, why didn't you just name him?
Why
and
just
it's
name
like, little Priscilla Thomas murdered her 3-year-old infant. She was later acquitted for being white. Yeah. And it's like, well, that's perfectly fine for people to
perfectly fine.
Because news people are going to want to cherry pick so they can create the most outrage.
Dude, the worst one that I saw was one where it was like this current Hispanic criminal with no outstanding charges, and it's like that's the weirdest way to say an innocent person.
It was a suspect. Yeah, suspect with no outstanding charges, no previous charges, no previous warrants, with no active warrants.
With no
like
active
that.
warrants. Yeah, with no active warrants.
It's like suspect with no active warrants does something. It's like, that's a weird way. Weird way to phrase an innocent person. Like, cherry picking. Cherry picking. Cherry picking.
Shame. You know, in like along the lines of this, you know what's one thing like over the last year where I've also become less and less charitable for? People who say let's be capitalists, but let's just not be dickheads. Because usually they like that, like their purpose with that is like capitalism in general. They basically are advocating for like social capitalism. Like,
because in their heads, they're like, we're just being nice. It's like, no, you're being social. Like,
you're being social. But like it's not that. It's like because they're like, yes, healthcare should be free. Yes, schooling should be free. And like generally speaking, the people that I hear this, but then like they're also really hardcore capitalists without really and like what the things that they specifically advocate for or like do like about capitalism are the same things that would reduce the social aspect of it in the long run. So like the exact things that they like about capitalism are the things that are going to end up gutting like. If, for example, the person I know is British, so like it's going to end up gutting the NHS in the long run, and it's going to end up destroying all of that because it's literally relying on people's goodwill. And let's just say that when people have an invested interest in not being good, they're probably not going to be good. Yeah, let's just say
you want to say, yeah, we'll have a community of people and we'll all work our fair share and stuff like that, and then it just takes one person to ruin the entire thing.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. 99 people can doing it right, but one person does it wrong, and then
the whole system collapses.
That's why you have to have like regulated capitalism.
Yeah.
Because remember, if capitalism was going unregulated, people would be being paid less than minimum wage. There'd be child labor. I saw this really sad video of a 3-year-old chimney sweeper. 3-year-old. He was a fucking baby. Was a chimney sweeper because they're like, he fits in there. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
yeah, capitalists don't care about any of that.
You think about child labor as like, well, he's a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, then he's working. And, you know, but it was a 3-year-old. It was a fucking baby. They were throwing a fucking baby down the thing. And because it's like 2 motions to sweep the chimneys, and the little kid's going to have cancer by the time he's fucking 12.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like
you know what I think it is? I think it like these people that are trying to say, let's be capitalists, but let's not be dickheads. I think they're just trying to reconcile two things that can't really be reconciled. They're trying to reconcile their nature as a good person and like, cause like they don't want that, right? They don't want 3-year-olds sweeping chimneys and getting cancer at 12-year-olds, but they also think that capitalism is the best way forward. And because of that, and because it's like clearly not the way forward, like at least not in the ways that we've done it. Because again, 3-year-old chimney sweeper, they don't want to identify themselves with a system that advocates for that. And so they're like, no, I'm a good person. I don't want, a 3-year-old to be, getting cancer at 12. But we should still go for capitalism. And that's why they say that, because they don't want to go anything past that.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to like reconcile that within themselves. And it just leaves them confused. Yeah, they're trying to justify it to themselves. Yeah. and they're just confused.
Yeah, and like we see these kinds of rolling back of like previous child labor laws.
Yeah.
They're like, guys, high schoolers can't work past like 6 p.m. or something, or like past, I think it was 8 or 9 p.m. Point is not too late, right? Because obviously you get out of school at like 3, 4-ish, whatever, right? So high schoolers can't work past like 9 p.m. Let's just say 9 p.m., right? Because it's like a 4-hour shift, right? Reasonable. They can't work past 9 p.m. And now it's like, well, we'll make it so they can work until like, midnight or so. And then they'll be like, oh, they're starting to accept 14-year-olds in McDonald's in the Midwest. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, you're literally
just bringing back child labor.
Because they're like, well, he's a teenager. He can learn some responsibility with a summer job. So therefore, we don't have to pay him as much. And it's like, he's still a person. Like, it's not like, oh, minimum wage and then minimum wage for minors. It's like, well, he's not any less of a person just because he has to work.
Even more, though, like if you're taking away a child's ability to study, to rest, to enjoy youth, like you should be paying them like what they deserve.
Like what we said last week, you're already doing so much with like AP classes or like even just regular coursework and stuff.
Yeah.
How are you supposed
School
to balance
is a
that?
job, basically.
Yeah. Literally.
Even if you get to like hang out afterwards, like you still like fucking carrying that backpack alone. Fuck, I still remember that shit was like 50 pounds.
Yeah, so 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's an 8-hour shift basically.
Yeah, 8-hour shift.
The only break, you get one 15-minute break and one 30-minute break.
Yeah,
and then the 30-minute break isn't even a real 30-minute break because the break starts the second the bell rings. Right? You don't get like, well, I have 5 minutes to walk over and then 30 minutes. No, that's like. 30 minutes to
30
start.
minutes
so
off.
if you have to walk 5 minutes to the lunchroom and then wait another 5 minutes in line, you now have 20 minutes left.
And then you have to be in class by the time that other bell rings. So you get 5 minutes less.
I was gonna say usually it's like a 5 to 7 minute period they give you. Like at the end of lunch, it would ring and then everyone would have like 5 minutes to go to class.
I didn't get that.
Really?
I don't remember getting that. No, it's
like
just the
that's
bell
standard.
rings. You got to be over there.
I don't know about that. Well. Point is, it's like.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's not how it happened. Yes, we did get 2 bells, but that 7-minute period was a part of the 30-minute break. So 7 minutes before the 30-minute break would end, a bell would ring, and then we'd have to walk over there.
Oh, so you guys had 23 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean they're trying to get the most out of the kids now.
Yeah, the most out of the kids. Got to indoctrinate them early.
Exactly. You got to teach them. You got to run around campus, and then you got to carry a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
got to sit down, do your work, and go to the next one.
Yeah, like I said, it's basically a full fucking shift, 8 hours. Not even counting, like, let's say you're the most privileged kid and you're able to live right next to your school, right? Even if you're like a 5-minute walk away, right? You get home at 3:05, then you gotta still do like your you gotta do homework from like 5, 6, 7 different classes. Maybe you had an after school thing going on, like so many
things. Extracurriculars.
Exactly. If you even have the energy for extracurriculars.
Yeah, if you have the energy.
If you have the energy to stay studying and all that kind of stuff. And then they're like, you know what? We'll throw in a 6-hour shift in there too.
Yeah.
Like, fuck no. Imagine.
Fuck that.
I don't know. It's insane. Like, this is a middle schooler base. Well, 14.
Yeah, that's middle schooler. 13, you were in 6th grade.
No. 11.
Or 11th grade.
11 is 6th grade. 11, 12, 7th grade. 13, 8th grade. 14. Okay, he's a freshman in high school.
Really? 14? I thought it was 15 in...
No, because it's 14, 15, 16, 17. And then by the time you graduate, you're 18 if you're on the older side, basically.
Oh, yeah. True. You're right. Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, it's literally like, McDonald's, we're now hiring 14-year-olds with the permission of a parent. And it's like... I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Kids should be able to enjoy their life. Like, of course, like, we're young still, right? So we still have a little more.
Doesn't feel like it,
honestly. No, but like, can you like remember all the free time you had to just fuck around and just like, all the time we had to go to Boy Scouts and just we would fuck around before Boy Scouts.
It didn't feel like we had a lot of time because we had a lot of extracurriculars.
That's too.
That's why.
That's
it didn't feel like we had a lot of time.
Yeah, but imagine if, like, let's say, if we weren't doing Boy Scouts, we would have had like a whole extra 2 or 3 hours a week, maybe
more, probably. Because I mean, Boy Scouts also took like we didn't do too much for it, but like it also took like trips and like other stuff.
Were fun, though.
The trips were fun.
That's the other thing.
The trips
we
were
do
fun.
get opportunities to have fun.
Yeah.
Over there too, because it's like it's an extracurricular, but then you're like, hey, we're away for a week in summer camp, and it's like, woo, 2 weeks in.
And even that's something that most people probably won't get a chance to do. Like that in itself is a sort of privilege.
That's true.
That most people didn't get a chance to go through.
Yeah.
Like, you generally don't see like people in this area being able to go to Boy Scouts. Like, if they have a 6-hour shift at work, they're not going to be able to go to Boy Scouts. They're going to be gone sometimes for like the whole weekend. When are they? And their boss is going to want them to come in, over the weekend.
And who knows what other stuff they might have to still do, like housework, chores, and things like that.
Oh, dude.
On top of that, dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not all peas and crackers, or what's the word? It's not all. It's not all
biscuits
roses
and gravy.
It's not all biscuits and gravy. Everywhere.
I don't know.
We're patenting that.
I kind of want some biscuits and gravy now.
Honestly,
I'm kind of hungry.
Let's go back into the Oval Office.
Let's go. Let's take the Air Force One straight to Norm's.
Exactly. No.
Imagine just the Air Force One.
No, we'll get Air Force One into fucking Italy or something. Yeah, we'll go to Italy, where they'll make us like an amazing steak with some awesome shrimp, and they'll make like basically our own trio over there. Ooh, imagine like a high-end trio, like a peppercorn steak, some hand-breaded chicken nuggets.
I had some how do you call it? What's the restaurant called?
I don't know.
Fucking
Red Lobster.
No.
McDonald's.
No.
Carl's Jr.
Closer to Red Lobster.
Jack in the Box. Olive Garden.
No.
TGI Fridays.
BJ's.
BJ's Steakhouse?
BJ's Steakhouse.
I wouldn't say it's closer to Red Lobster.
No.
It's a lot of microwave food.
BJ's?
The ones that have the most microwave food is Applebee's and Fridays, or because it was called TGI Fridays. It's now Fridays.
Yeah.
Applebee's and Fridays are the worst offenders for just straight up microwave food. In Olive Garden, I learned this. In Olive Garden, most of the red pasta dishes are microwaved, and the lasagnas are microwaved. Anything that has to be made fresh, obviously, it's not microwaved.
Yeah.
But most of the red pasta stuff is just straight up microwaved too.
Damn, never having red pasta at Olive Garden ever. No.
Dude, don't even go.
Don't even go
to Olive Garden. Think of it this way: you're paying $15 for like a little thing of meat, because they never give you a lot of meat. They never give you a lot of meat.
Nope.
They give you a little thing of meat, some fucking wilted salad, and the breadsticks are good. I'll be honest, the breadsticks are good, but you can make your own breadsticks and biscuits at home.
Honestly, it's not that hard to either. It's
exactly.
Not that hard.
So I'll eat a fucking birote, dude. Like, it's great.
Oh yeah, dude.
So they're selling you $15, and you're like, awesome, $15 worth of food, but it's like $1 or $2's worth of food. A pack of pasta, an entire pack, family pack of pasta is 99 cents, plus $2.99 for a jar.
Yeah,
like let's say an expensive jar, because there's 99-cent ones, but. Let's say $2.99 for a big jar of red sauce, and then you got fucking $5 for chicken at Costco or Sam's Club.
Like I made chicken fettuccine Alfredo. It takes like an hour.
Exactly. Like you can literally make your own.
Honestly, I preferred mine over the one that I had at Olive Garden. Not gonna lie. I think the one time where like I was like, okay, this is kind of worth it. Norm's and BJ's. I had both of those pastas, and okay, fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll admit defeat.
I admit defeat. I was reading how, obviously, if you think about it, breakfast foods in diners are basically a scam.
Yeah.
You're paying $12 for less than like $1 worth of food. Like the most expensive thing is probably the bacon, right?
Yeah.
Because, bacon's expensive. But let's say a big pack of bacon, let's just say a regular pack of bacon, $2.99, right? Like because we're thinking for one person, right? Regular pack of bacon, $2.99. A dozen eggs is $1.99. So you're already at what, $5?
$5.
And then plus hash browns. A potato is like 10 cents, because
you gotta make the potatoes, the hash brown, pre-made hash browns.
Yeah, okay.
Because the shaving, not everyone's gonna know how to do that. It's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Cheese grater, and you shave it. That's it.
Shave it.
Life hack. You want to make your own hash browns? Get potatoes, cheese grate them right over the stove. That's it. That's literally it.
I mean, that's what I did, but most people aren't gonna know.
Yeah, okay. So let's say you buy your own little pack of hash browns for $2.99. Also, right? You spent $8 in total. And remember, this isn't just one meal. Yeah, exactly. This could be like a week's worth of meals for $12 for the price of one.
For the price of
because they're gonna sell you a whole thing of orange juice for $4.49 at IHOP, and then no refills. But you can buy an entire fucking jug of it for $2.99.
Same thing with the coffee.
El Super at Food Trust. Yeah. Well, the coffee they do give you refills for coffee.
They give you unlimited free refills for coffee. Yes. But the thing is, though, you're still paying $3 for like this amount of coffee.
Yeah.
When you can get this much for $3.99.
And then that's like a whole week's worth.
That's a whole week's worth of coffee.
Knows,
Yeah.
But
that's the thing.
Yeah. Breakfast food is such a scam. You're paying $12 for 2 eggs, a slice of toast, 2 slices of bacon, and like the smallest fucking slices they can find, the thinnest fucking slices they can find too. Like maybe if you're lucky, a piece of ham, hash browns
for like $10.
That's it. Yeah, exactly, for like $12, and you're like
$12. Yeah.
You could spend, let's say, just to be generous, plus tip and taxes.
Hypothetically,
you could spend $15 on a week's worth of breakfast. So that's why I no longer buy breakfast food at diners. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't bought breakfast food at diners in a long time. Every time I go to Norm's, I get like the
Steak or
the
something.
steak or the
right?
fettuccine
Yeah.
Alfredo.
Exactly.
But even though then it's like
Ooh, wait, we just talked about this, Edward. Pastas are a scam. Don't do it.
pastas are a scam.
Well,
yes.
I mean, I know it. Only reason it Norms is because besides it
because
being
I
a
think
really good place.
I think they make it better than I do. That's the thing.
They give you a bucket too. They give you a fucking bucket, and
Yeah.
you're like the plate looks small, but then the
The-
part in
it's,
the middle
like,
is
deep
deep
as fuck.
and so you're like eating it. And you're like, damn, I'm so full. And then it's like, did you even touch your food? And you're like, yes, I swear I did.
Yeah, and you're there eating for like
Yeah.
3 hours, and it's just
And you s-
never ending.
You still have enough to fill up the whole
and
fucking
the
styrofoam
chicken that
container.
they give you with it is still like they
Really
give you a
good.
good amount of
Yeah.
chicken too.
Yeah.
They give you like a whole fucking chicken.
Olive Garden, their fucking unlimited stuff is bullshit because they'll be like, oh, unlimited pasta. Oh, and they took it away too because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So, cutting down costs. So their unlimited pasta, rest in peace. It used to be they give you a big plate of pasta, right, with a little thing of like chicken or whatever your choice of meat is, right? And then when you're like, I'd like to get a refill, they'll be like, coming right up. 20 minutes later, they'll slog out a little fucking plate. It was always a tiny fucking
Yeah.
plate. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? And I was like, can I get more now? As I start eating, they're like, yeah, coming right up. 20 minutes. Like at that point, I'm like, I don't even care. Like the food's already hit my
Yeah.
stomach. I'm like, what the fuck is the point of calling this unlimited? I should have just gone to fucking Golden Corral if I wanted unlimited pasta
Yeah,
for reals.
yeah.
And they have steak at Golden Corral too. Like at any other fucking buffet.
Yeah, Golden Corral just.
Any other fucking buffet would have been it. Because that okay. Do not eat unlimited food at restaurants unless they're literally buffets.
Yeah.
Because that's how they get you. Like even at K Barbecue, dude, they'll be like, well, like what meats you want? Choose like 3 meats. And we're like, 3 meats? There's like 7 of us. And like, yeah. They give you like, okay, we want like bulgogi, two other meats, whatever. They give you the meat. They give you a fucking pound of macaroni salad. So you start eating that as you're waiting for the stuff to cook. And by the time stuff's done cooking, you're like eating. You're like, we like more. And like, okay. And then 20 minutes later, they bring you the other stuff. But of course, it's not cooked either. You got to cook it yourself. So you're like, okay, now I got to cook it too. And then you wait even longer. And by the time it's done, you're like, I'm kind of already full. And they fucked you because they've given you a fucking pound of dog meat, basically. Like, it's not even... I don't know.
Okay, so maybe you're just going to bad KBBQ places. 'Cause I've never had that experience.
Maybe.
Honestly, this is the one time where like everything up till now I've been like, yeah, you go, you get them.
You go, girl.
Go, fucking attack,
Exactly.
attack.
Sick 'em.
This one time, the KBBQ.
There
My
are probably
KBBQ
better
experience.
places. There's better places.
I think it's the place you've gone
I've
to.
gone to bad places.
You've gone to bad places.
Recommend them.
Because this one,
RoastOfFridayPodcast@gmail.com. Send your K-barbecue recommendations in Los Angeles. Thank you. The revolution is over.
oh
All right.
no.
And then
Anyways, but the KBBQ thing, like the one place that I always go to, they say like I think it's like 4 meats that they bring you, and it's like that. Like you order them, 10 minutes.
Bring out
it's
immediately?
on your it's on your thing. Like yeah, you already have all the other stuff there set up, but most of that stuff you're supposed to eat it with the meat.
Yeah.
So you save it to wait for it, and they don't bring you the
saves?
rice until after your first round of meat.
because the place I go to, obviously they give you all the fucking meat. They're like, here's your meat, and it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, rice. They give you all your fucking rice,
rice.
all the potato salad,
Yeah.
macaroni salad, all stuff to fill you up beforehand.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, and then here's your meat, and then you gotta wait for the meat to cook. So you start picking the macaroni salad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The macaroni salad sometimes comes out after the meat as well, but sometimes it's there before. But it's like this little tiny thing with nothing in it, just for like a taste. And then they bring you like a good size once the meat has been like cooked and like you're eating it. So I don't know. I feel like maybe I just went to a particularly good KBBQ place,
Maybe.
and the general KBBQ areas are like how you said. But I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, the point of that rant,
Yes.
at least, is like anytime I get unlimited food, I haven't had that many good experiences with unlimited food in a sit-down restaurant rather than buffets. Because, with a buffet, you're like, oh, I want a fuck ton of, like, chow mein, or I want a fuck ton of sushi, whatever. You pile it on your plate, you go, you eat, and then you immediately get up, and you're able to, like, maximize your food.
Yeah.
Rather than having to be like, I would like this. And they're like, okay, we'll be back in 20 minutes. And you're like, fuck, man, I'm hungry now. You
Yeah.
know? Like, what's the point of waiting?
It's like
there's this Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the illusion
I've had
of
those
choice.
experiences too.
Yeah.
I've had those experiences too, where like the unlimited, like Olive Garden when they had their thing. Like I had that same experience that you
Yeah.
had, where it was like, you know, tiny thing, and then like 40 minutes later more. And
Yeah,
it's like,
and you're like, I just ate like $3 worth of food, and you're charging me $15 for this garbage.
dude,
like,
not even
what is this?
like we went like with like as a family of 4, right?
Yeah.
Like it was me, my cousin, and my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of us got unlimited pasta.
Yeah.
I don't know why. One of us could have gotten it and then just given someone else the plate.
They always go, don't share, because then they come in and then they smack you with a stale breadstick.
Yeah, just
Stale breadstick.
how do you call it? No, but where it's like that, and it was like $100 or like $140.
I mean, honestly, I'm
4
I'm-
people.
in my head, I'm like on the low end, because the lunch specials are like $15-$16. But if you want to get like a full plate, it'll be like $20-$25.
Yeah.
Not even including tax,
Like
tip,
22 or something.
drinks, desserts, maybe. But
Maybe.
oh, also desserts are a fucking scam too.
Honestly,
Desserts are a fucking scam. I no longer order desserts.
Nope.
Because
except for one. When they're
if it's a good one.
if it's a good one, no.
Yeah.
So like at BJ's, they have this
Yeah.
paizuki for
Paizuki.
the paizuki for $3.
Okay, that
That
yeah,
one-
that
that
makes
one is
sense.
worth it.
That's a fucking banger, right?
Yeah.
$3, you can get your
And a
own
whole
thing.
paizuki, that shit fills you up.
Exactly.
That shit's good.
So, but in general, I don't, because
general, yeah.
after I got fucked, and it's funny, I got fucked by Norm's too.
Really?
I went to Norm's and I was like, "Oh, can I add on a slice of cake?" And they're like, "Sure." It's like a slice of like red velvet cake, and then like two chocolate cake, red velvet cake, right? Like two slices of cake. And then I look, and it was like $5.99, and the slices were like the tiniest fucking things you ever
Like
seen.
the
I was like,
thinnest.
I swear to God, it's like they fucked me. They knew what they were doing when they were cutting it. Like, because usually before I would get like a decent slice of cake, and it's like
Yeah.
$3.99 or whatever, right? But because
a
I
little
hadn't ordered it-
pricey, but
yeah,
worth
you know,
it.
I hadn't ordered it in so long. Like even the apple pie, I always got apple pie a la mode. It was like that big old chunk of apple pie with like some ice cream on it, $3.99, right? I remember it so well. And now it's like we don't have that anymore. And I start crying. And they were like $5.99 for that tiny little piece of cake. And I'm like, I could have just gone to El Super, bought a whole fucking cake for $6 or $7.
$7.
The
I was
same
gonna say
fucking
no.
price.
I was gonna say here at Northgate,
Yeah.
you could get a choco flan with like
Exactly.
a thick slice of cake on the bottom
Yeah.
and a thick slice of flan on top. $5, $5.79,
Exactly.
$5.79,
Why wouldn't I just go and do that? That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
and with ice cream. It comes with ice cream too. Like the inside of the
Desserts-
cake has ice cream.
Desserts are a scam.
Scam.
Remember
Drinks
that.
are a scam too.
Yeah, that's
But we always
get
knew that.
water.
Everyone
Yeah.
always knew that. Just get water.
But then sometimes I
Like
still am like,
alcoholic drinks, okay, fine.
yeah. Sometimes though, when I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna splurge. I'm like, give me that lemonade. And I spend $3 on a lemonade. Like like you said, if it's good, because there's some places
it's
where like
good,
the strawberry lemonade is a banger. It's got like actual strawberries and stuff. But if you're just like, oh, I want lemonade, and they're like, here's some fucking Dole lemonade, or the canned lemonade.
canned lemonade.
You're like, nah.
No,
But
we're
like
good.
fresh jugos are
Yeah.
one thing, but yeah, drinks are a scam,
Yeah,
especially because.
I think drinks are the one thing where everyone has always known that they're a scam, but it's just
Drinks at a buffet are a scam too, because
True.
if you're like, I want a Sprite, then you get full off all the carbonation from the Sprite, and then you don't have enough room to like
the food.
for the actual food. And I'm only saying this because I went to a buffet last week, and it was a Chinese buffet over in Montebello.
Montebello.
And dude, I got like so much actual meat. It was great, dude. It was great. And some sushi too, but yeah.
Oh, dude, I hate it when like shops remove a lot of the fat from the meat. It's like you're removing all of the flavor from the meat. What are you doing?
They didn't. Luckily, they had a roast and it had like all of the fat still on it too. And it's like I personally don't like the gristle and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Personally,
yeah.
but I'm like I can understand, because it's like some people like it, some people don't. Fuck it. Cut
Well,
whatever piece you want.
the fat is what ends up giving food flavor. Like that's
Yeah.
that's what we're like programmed
What'd you
to
cook this
enjoy.
in? Butter. Awesome. What's butter? Fat. And it's like I don't want it anymore.
And you know what? That was like a whole trick back in like the 60s, I think, where like they started being anti-fat or something, and like
No, it was like the 80s and 90s.
80s, 90s.
When they were like, it's fat free. And
Yeah.
it's like, so you just put sugar in it.
yeah. They just put sugar. That's exactly where I was going. They just put sugar in it to replace the flavoring of the fat.
Or like artificial sweeteners, and then it's like artificial sweeteners give you cancer, and it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Like,
It's like just eat the fat.
Yeah.
Just eat the fat.
literally, animal fat is healthier than like all of that. And it's funny because now we've gone full circle, and it's like there's I saw this post where they're like, there's this cycle of every few years, eggs unhealthy, eggs are now healthy, eggs the white part's unhealthy, eggs the white part is the healthiest part, and it's like no one can ever decide.
No
I'm
one
gonna
can ever
eat my
decide.
fucking eggs with butter. There's nothing
butter,
you can do
fucking
about
eggs.
It. We're
Oh
here
no,
in the
dude,
Oval
dude,
Office.
it's so much worse. My dad used to be so anti-fat that like we had to stop enjoying these cookies because he saw that they contained
Like 2 grams of fat.
like 2 grams of
yeah.
fat or something. But they were like these like awesome like Chinese cookies, in quotation marks, because they were like they're just like a cookie. I forgot what kind of flavor it was, but then it had like an almond, like one almond on the corner of the cookie, and it was so good. It was so delicious. I would consume so many of them. But like he saw like, oh, it was like 30% fat or like 24% fat or something like that, and he was like, we can't eat this anymore. I don't know what he does now. He has a jar of fat in the fucking fridge that he scoops out a piece of fat every time he has his tea and just drinks a fucking glob of fat in his tea. I'm still fucking pissed about this. Like,
You made me suffer so much, and for what?
for what? For nothing.
Honestly,
To
dude.
consume fat straight out of a jar.
Me remembering all the
Bruh.
times that mom made like steamed fish with like no flavors. Like, here's some steamed fish, and it had like tomatoes on the side, and there were steamed tomatoes, so like all the flavors been boiled out of them, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you making this? And she's like, we got to be healthy, and like with like white rice, and I'm like, oh, give me my fucking Mexican rice and beans. You
Rice
know?
do be hitting good though, like if you season it right.
If you make really good, there's this one place in Cerritos that makes really good rice where it's like it's the perfect kind of sticky rice where it like sticks together like little clumps and stuff, and they have great barbecue. It's like a
Man, I'm
Japanese place.
hungry.
Honestly, dude, we're just talking about food now because we're
Talking
both
about food
fucking
at this point.
starving.
I'm starving, dude. Like I haven't eaten today yet.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't usually eat. Like about between now and 5 o'clock is when I usually get my first meal. That's usually when like the roof opens up and like my little droppings of food come in. You know,
Honestly, through
that's
the,
when
through
I'm
the
allowed
feeder.
to eat. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when I'm allowed. No, I'm just kidding. How do you call it? No, but
No Edward was harmed in the filming of this podcast.
how do you call it? Like making the sticky white rice is actually pretty hard. Like I really like curry, so I frequently try to make it here at home. I make the sauce. I make the carrots.
Chicken tikka masala.
Ah, dude, look, I gotten so good at making the cutlets, the chicken cutlets. Ah, dude, like I just like I just 3 plates, all the
Yeah.
seasoning. Ooh, so good. What I'm struggling with so much is making the sticky white rice. I cannot make the sticky. I buy the correct
tough.
Japanese rice
Yeah.
that it's supposed to make it sticky. Like I do all these things.
It was
I add these
imported
things.
last night. Like,
Yes,
it was
last
just
night.
picked
It was hand picked for me
2 days ago.
outside.
Exactly.
Yes,
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
I am the rice fields. I just take off my pants and just like leg instead of hair. Just
Dissolve into rice, like the Skittle commercials where the
Yeah.
girl turns everything into Skittles,
just
and then she kills the guy. She murdered him.
murdered him. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm jealous of him.
Honestly, why can't you just turn me into Skittles?
Yeah. Imagine life would be so much easier if you were just a bunch of Skittles. Honestly, you get eaten one day and that's it.
That's it. Yeah,
That's
you don't
it.
have to pay taxes. Nothing.
Nothing.
Every time my girl's cats get on my nerves, I'm always like, "You don't have to pay taxes. Like, fucking enjoy the life you have."
Honestly, like every day I'm just here like I have soot like on my computer, just like you don't have to pay fucking taxes. I feed you.
Anytime your pet gets uppity, just remind them you don't have to pay taxes.
True.
Just remind them that,
True.
and then they look at you and they're like,
They
"You
take
don't-
shit on
you
the
don't know
carpet and
that."
then leave.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go commit tax fraud now. You
Yeah,
know?
me too.
It's terrible.
Anyways, Russia
I don't know
and
what this
Ukraine.
has to do. Yeah, I don't know what this has to do with anti-work or Russia and
Yeah.
Ukraine, but yeah, it's Russia and Ukraine. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Dude, no, like literally, like we're on the verge of like
World
World
War
War III because Russia's lining up all their shit to Ukraine's border, and they're like, look, come on, hands down, they're gonna take the east side of Ukraine like nothing. It's gonna be like butter. Getting the west side of Ukraine, especially now that NATO's like arming them, is gonna be like it's basically gonna. I feel it's also gonna bankrupt Russia.
I don't know, man. It's fucked up. Of
It's
course,
fucked.
but
It's fucked.
I don't know.
Also, they have like support in East Ukraine. They don't have support in West Ukraine. Like West Ukraine is like active. Like let's say they do take
they're,
over.
They're gonna put up the Ukraine wall. I've seen this one before.
Exactly. Hey,
I've seen this one before. It's a rerun. What are you talking about? It's brand new. Yeah.
no, but how do you call it? Also, because like Ukraine, like the West Ukraine has a lot of mountainous areas, and you know how long it took us to find Osama bin Laden. Like,
Imagine how long it's gonna take to find the leader of Ukraine. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Ukraine's Osama.
I don't know. So the U.S.'s Osama bin Laden is Biden, from what I'm hearing.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah. And then,
He's gonna be shipping cocaine into East. How do you call it? Into East Ukraine and and fucking destabilizing their government that way.
yeah, technically, our Osama bin Laden was Trump. Because he's a radical guy, you know? Because, I mean, I don't want to say Biden's very radical.
No,
you know,
he's very milquetoast.
Yeah, he's very much just...
He's very establishment.
Yeah. Not the salt of the earth.
Not the salt of the earth. I mean, Trump wasn't either, but...
No, but that's my point. Like, like we already knew. Trump
he's just
was
radical.
Crazy, and then... That fool was crazy. I don't know. It's...
Crazy foo-foo.
It's fucked.
But yeah, there's like mountains, like they're never gonna find all of the militia people that's like trying to sabotage Russia.
Yeah, but then again,
like this ain't
remember,
a Civ 6 game.
But also, it's not a Civ 6 game. They've got like fucking drones and shit like that. You know, like World War 3, man. I don't know.
World War 3.
It's fucked up.
I don't know. I doubt NATO will intervene. I feel like NATO's in a position where like they will just try the appeasement route again, like they did with Hitler.
Yeah, but who knows? But also, that's the other thing. I'm like, why does Putin want to do that? He's already rich as fuck. He's got everything he can need.
Yeah.
Why do you need a whole nother fucking country, dude?
Honestly, at this point, it's literally just pride.
Yeah.
It's just pride. It's
ego.
It's just
ego.
ego.
Like,
it's just dick measuring.
He's like, I'm gonna be. They think Russia's been a joke. I'm gonna go get Crimea. I'm gonna go get Ukraine.
Wait, it happened 2014.
Yep.
We were literally having to write essays on this
8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Was in AP history.
Literally.
Living
For our merit badge too.
Oh, yeah,
we had to go to fucking.
We had to go to Ukraine.
Ukraine. Yeah, we had to go to Ukraine and study the Crimea Peninsula from there.
No, yeah, but there's a cat outside. He's screaming. Is that one of your
that's
cats?
11. Yeah, 11.
11.
What are you doing on their roof?
What are you doing outside? You can't see him without ruining the shot. But...
11.
Oh well.
I think he's calling me. he's just there looking at me. Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine for now until you come back.
Dude, he used to be so scared of like leaving the house. like you would try to. Oh, he's on there.
I am the nightman on the roof.
Dude, I would be hugging him, right? And I'd be like trying to go outside, and he
like,
wouldn't want to get off of me.
No.
And like I would need to go outside. I'm like, okay, you can come with. And like I'd be like walking with him, hugging him, going outside, and like he would just see the door and the threshold, and he'd start like scratching and like running, like fucking, and would jump behind me to like stay inside the house. And Jesus. Like now he's fucking on someone else's roof. Just fucking on someone else's roof.
Yeah.
I mean, good. I mean, it means they feel safe here, but like
that's true. That's true because it's like it's really hard to like train an outdoor cat or even get it used to that because like you know how some people they have indoor cats and then like the second they open the door, boom, it's gone and they never see it again. And it's like what the fuck. So I mean, yeah, like luckily they can just walk out, walk back in, all that kind of
indoor,
stuff.
outdoor.
Exactly.
We haven't seen Soot in a good second though, so we're kind of.
I just saw him downstairs.
Soot?
Yeah. I was really petting him and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, he was meowing at the other cat that's not yours apparently, because that cat was like eating the food and then Soot came over and the other cat started like meow and then Soot looked at him, walked over to the plants and pissed while staring down the other cat and the other cat was like meow and then he like walked away. It was just like let me. Oh, and I dropped my phone. Let me see if I have pictures of. I'm sure I have pictures of him somewhere.
Baguette.
This guy. That one's not yours, huh?
No, that one's not mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's all... Oh, there he is.
It's a random.
Yeah, it's just like a random cat.
That's random food. Cat just eating our food. God damn.
You guys can see that. There we go. Yeah, it's a random cat.
Just a random cat out of nowhere.
Just eating the food. And then they were like, they were meowing at each other, having a little Meowxican standoff.
Oh.
And then, but yeah, I was saying, I literally just saw him downstairs. So I was like,
no, yeah, Soot's a baller. He gives no shits.
Yeah, he's down there.
Yeah. Dude, like I like go up like with like a fake mad face, like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? And he's just there like, pick me up.
Literally, yeah, like as because the front door was a little open, right? Mm-hmm. So and he's walking over there, and I'm like, no, so and he looks at me and he goes, plump. I just plops down and I'm just like, oh thank God, and I picked him up and carried him back.
Yeah.
And then he went and had that Mexican standoff with the cat. Yeah. So if that's not your cat, I guess I'll be taking him.
Yeah.
Take him, get him fixed and stuff. I mean I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I didn't see any balls on him, so
yeah. Who knows?
Cat balls.
Cat balls.
That's broke till Friday.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.